I'm dolo, and I'm good with that.
Don't fuck with me. I'm
backed by God, so I don't even know how to have the fear you need me to have.
Boy, if you weak ass niggas even thought of doing something to me, I light y'all bitch ass up.
I don't fuck with nobody. So when you fuck with me, I'm fuck with you.
You want to be somewhere where people are all trying to grow. And if you going behind, guess what they gonna do? Tell you, hey bro, either get right or get the hell on. You see what I'm saying? But them the type of people you need to be around because that holds you to a standard.
If you can't receive someone telling you something, and even if you don't like who's saying it, if you're focused on what they're who's saying it, then what they're saying, you're not emotionally intelligent.
That's a fact.
You're emotional.
God put me through a lot of trials and tribulations so that I wouldn't get complacent, so that I could remember who the fuck I am.
Obsessed with finding myself now and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself.
I believe in wins and lessons. Ain't no such thing as a loss. Everything is a lesson.
You can't let nothing break you. I don't care what the situation is, my nigga. Don't let that shit break you, because it's always a
Stay
way.
you. Be you, be different. Don't try to follow no ways. What work for somebody else ain't gonna work for you.
Oh, I'm trying to better myself. I'm scrubbing to better myself, or I'm just trying to be a better person. Yeah.
Giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that. So for anybody out there, you know, you're enough.
One door closed, another one gonna open.
I'm someone you really shouldn't put your hands on. So just make sure that this what you want, because I'm not gonna stop, and I'm very resourceful.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
Yo. It's your boy Light through the mic, back at it again with another TikTok live reaction. Oh yeah. Said they don't want war, but shit, he do. You know what I'm saying? That's the title anyways. Before it messed it up. I don't know what the hell it put on there. That's weird. Yeah. That's very weird. I'm gonna have to edit that. Do that in a little while. Let's get to it though, man. Y'all know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet?
You gave me a love most of my life didn't know was there. In the name of Jesus, I give you my life, because you cared. Okay, ready? I'm gonna be.
Bitch on the ride of my day like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I see my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
Yeah. So, like I was telling everybody, it's supposed to say, oh, they don't want war, but he do. But like I said, I might have to change that a little, tweak a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to it.
I said, we're going to cut you off. No more trade. Then I put 200% tariffs on. The next day they called. 35 years of fighting, and they stopped.
Do I get credit for it? No. They gave me.
I
I did 8 of them. India. How about India and Pakistan? You're going to all be outside. The beautiful sun. It's a very good group. We've made a lot of progress already. We had about a 5-minute meeting, and we've already settled about 3 of the difficulties. So, thank you very much for being here.
See, as a businessman, you know what I'm saying? He knows how to conduct himself. But in a dictatorship way, you know? But let's keep moving.
Greenland should be part of the United States. The president has been very clear about that. That is the formal position of the U.S. government.
Right, but can you say that military action against Greenland is off the table?
It wouldn't be military action against Greenland. The Greenland has a population of 30,000 people, Jake. The real question is, by what right does Denmark assert control over Greenland? What is the basis of their territorial claim? What is their basis of having Greenland as a colony of Denmark? The United States is the power of NATO. For the United States to secure the Arctic region, to protect and defend NATO and NATO interests, obviously Greenland should be part of the United States. And so that's a conversation that we're going to have as a country. That's a process we're going to have as a community of nations.
So you can't take it off the table that the U.S. would use military force to seize Greenland. You can't take it off the table.
Jake, I understand you're trying very hard to, which again, is your job. I respect it. It's great to get exactly the headline, right? That catchy headline.
I'm trying to get an answer to the question.
That says Miller refuses to rule out. The United States should have Greenland as part of the United States. There's no need to even think or talk about this in the context that you're asking of a military operation. Nobody's going to fight the United States militarily over the future of Greenland.
One last question,
doesn't
Stephen.
Make any sense.
Man, I guess not, huh? He said, hope all well. Let's get it tonight. Participate and greatly appreciate. Yeah. Thanks for liking the video, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Getting up to 8, 9 real likes. You know what I'm saying? We nice in it. Let's get it.
Learning that Somalia's ambassador to the United Nations was involved in a shady Ohio healthcare company convicted of Medicaid fraud. Deputy HHS Secretary Jim O'Neill revealing that on X. I can confirm that public speculation, Ambassador Abukar Dahir Osman, permanent representative of Somalia to the UN and president of the Security Council, is in fact associated with a progressive healthcare service, a home health agency in Cincinnati. HHS has previously taken action against Progressive in response to a conviction for Medicaid fraud. You see the whack-a-mole, you see the scheme at the low levels, on the streets, not of Times Square perhaps, but of Minneapolis. And at the high levels, the UN Security Council. Now, Tim Walz is telling the administration, by the way.
Tim Walsh, you pop, bro. You pop, bro. I can't even call you bro, man, because I don't know you, man. But you pop, man. You just pop, man. You just all the way across the bowl. Yo, what up, this quiet? Yeah. So we'll make it popular. Cause shit, if you make me popular, it already happened. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep moving. Right. See, guys is really moving deep these days. You know what I'm saying? Said folks got some good ass tires for real. Motherfucker, the skirt, skirt. And on wet terrain. Let's check that out again. Mm-hmm. See, Department of Homeland Security. Mm-hmm. Yep, new alien tech tires. It's gonna be hover tires.
When they sent me to prison on Tuesday, me and Maduro's gonna be in the same unit.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, the president of Honduras was in my unit. The president of Honduras was just released 3 weeks ago. He was pardoned by President Trump.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna show you real quick.
He arrives and shows up there, and many of them had tattoos. But he was tattooed too. And he was a person with a very, very extroverted personality. We happened to be doing a little exercise there, and then he asked to borrow a pen to write something, because he was talking on the phone, and what he was writing were like verses. And then I asked someone, and who is this guy? And they tell me something like, I don't know, no. They say, he's a famous singer from here. And we looked at each other with respect, with consideration, of course. Two different worlds. He was very extroverted and very cheerful, especially cheerful, because he already knew that in a few days he would be getting out.
So anyway, President Trump just pardoned the president of Honduras 3 weeks ago. He's out, and he confirmed that we was in the same dorm. He basically says there in Spanish that one time we worked out together. I was a super nice guy. I asked him for a pen one day. I was writing my songs over the phone and stuff like that with my producer and stuff. So I talk facts. I never lied. There you get it from the president of Honduras.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now you see how he working? Nobody see this, right? 6ix9ine going around interviewing motherfuckers like, if you're not interviewing, he kicking a bobo something decent. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude, he locked up with people. You know what I'm saying? Like he got some kind of a pool. I heard Diddy wanted to have Maduro in his jail cell. That'd be funny. What if police ass was in prison for? Shit. I don't know. Stealing? Shit. I mean, he took it, didn't he? Shit.
You just wait for Cuba. Cuba is a communist dictatorship that's killed priests and nuns. They've preyed on their own people. Their days are numbered. We're going to wake up one day, I hope in 26, in our backyard, we're going to have allies in these countries doing business with America, not narco-terrorist dictators killing Americans. This is a big frigging day. And everybody in the world is thinking differently than they were just a few days ago because of what you did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he want war, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk a big game, but they ain't about that shit. They ain't about that shit. They gonna come over here just like Maduro did. You know what I'm saying? Escorted, lock them up. The next dude's going to Diddy cell. How about that? Your first, you gonna be bottom bunk cellies with Diddy. You gonna hop out of bed and shit. Just start. Hey, Playboy. You got any oil on you? Like he gonna be licking his lips and everything, putting Vaseline on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, y'all gotta participate in the chat. Y'all just interact. You know what I'm saying? More interaction we get, people might. Hey, let's see what this dude. They got a whole bunch of traction and shit. You know what I'm saying? The more people talking, the more people walk in. You get it? Let's get it.
I looked at who created a living trust to hand it down through their legacy, and I said, it's Rockefeller. So I went on to read the Rockefeller Trust from 1934, and also there's a book called What Would Rockefeller Do? So I stayed up reading all these things about how he would take this, put it in an account and only give a portion to the legacy and then have his children create a trust. And now that money compound interest, he wouldn't give it to them until they turn a certain age. And I'm like, I could do that. We can do that. The information was right there. So I sat down with my trust attorney. I said, I want to do that. Like, well, you want to do it, but I want to do that. It can be done. So we structured it, worked it out where when I pass away, a percentage of my properties would be sold. Not the ones that I hold long term. Like I have properties I do keep. My short term properties, those would be sold. That money would now go into a brokerage account. That brokerage account would be in the name of the trust. That money for that specific account would be for my grandchildren starting off, not my immediate family. My immediate family would get my life insurance policies, millions of dollars policies, and the main properties that I hold. So they're taken care of. But we need to start thinking about the grandkids, the great grandkids, those generations. You start their growth by putting that money in a brokerage account, and they don't get that money until they turn 21 years old. So let's use the example of $1 million. I put $1 million in a brokerage account for my grandkids. They don't get that till they turn 21, gaining 6% interest. Let's say that's 21. So that money turns into about $3.8 million for my grandkids. My grandkids, they wouldn't get it all. They would get half, about 1.6. So I leave 1.6 in there for my great grandchildren for 21 years. That now turns into about 3, 4, 5, 6. That turns into about $6.7 million for my great grandchildren. They don't get it all. They get half. About 2.3 stays in for my great grandchildren. So they get about $8.1 million. You see how that happens? That's compound interest over 21 years. But what makes the trigger and the explosion even bigger is the fact that what Rockefeller did is that was just his trust. What he did was now each child opened up a trust. So now his children had a trust. So he would pay his grandchildren and his children would pay them. That's twice. His children, then his grandchildren have a trust. So his great grandchildren would get paid 3 times. So now if we look at Rockefeller Trust paid out now 11 generations and counting continuously. And what he also did was have a life insurance policy on every person in the trust, creating his own bank. And now what does that do? This is my structure also. Any one of my children or grandchildren who want to start a business, what do? Talk to the trustees. And now you borrow money. We become our own bank. So when someone dies, that money goes into the trust. You pay, when you get the policy, you pay it outright. So now that money is available in the trust. So now also what I did was I retweaked my trust, and it was 21 that I wouldn't give them money. I changed it. I changed it where they get money at 18 and they can have a business started at 11.
Well, I'll be. Hey, but the thing is, this too, Shoes, you gotta teach them how to actually participate as members of society that we supposed to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta teach them, like, hey man, we gonna work covertly as possible, because we have monetary wealth that is, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be gained through trust. So we don't have to worry about work. But the thing is, can't just sit idly by or just enjoy your time. Just have to make something of it. You know what I'm saying? Like people who have all this time in the world, they don't want to do nothing to better it. They just want to party while they can. You know what I'm saying? But those people ain't people, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So no. Dude, there's a couple more videos to explain it a little more simpler. Believe me.
Petro responded that he would take up arms if the U.S. attacks this country and told the president directly, come and get me, I'm waiting. Now remember, those are the last words of Nicolas Maduro in the back of that car right before they took him. Jackie Heinrich at the White House.
Mm-mm-mm. Keep playing with that nigga. Keep playing with that nigga, man. You are. He'll say, tell him.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
Said in the beginning of the game, we were serious trying to create a community, fam, Mike and others. Yeah. Yes, we were. Now I got it to where we're outreaching to a lot more communities. You know what I'm saying? We got one attachment to like a nice streamer link in the Twitch community. You know what I'm saying? Being part of DTS over there helps us get some kind of like some kind of flow state. You know what I'm saying? Because people do watch over there. It's not bad. Said, yeah, boo, they gotta be tough, not just sit back and wait on money, but make strides to generate more and not blow on dumb. Yeah, because money can get you caught up in the fast lane. Yeah. Well, this thing too. It's more about how you seek them to see how value is. Like you can show them that like people, it's more who you go around that has value in what you have. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see yourself around like a whole bunch of people who are rich but just fucking off and shit, it's probably not the type of people you should be hanging around. But that's what you're gonna end up hanging around because that's what you're gonna attract. You know what I'm saying? You want people who are smart, intelligent, trying to use their shit to better mankind. Well, shit, you'll find those people. It's all about who you feed. You know what I'm
What's
saying?
that? Oh, a former NASA engineer just claimed that there's trillions of shape-shifting cloaking devices that are for surveillance all around the world? Goody! Tell me more. Yeah, all these devices, they say, are cloaked. You do not see them, of course, because of their cloakability. Not to mention, they can shapeshift if they are seen to look like something else, and yet still surveil the area and report back to whatever it is they're reporting back to. Fun. He said that the technology used on these cloaking, shape-shifting devices are thousands, if not millions of years advanced more than our technology currently is. I love that. I guess that begs the question, why are they surveying us? And is this whole world just a game or big experiment for these aliens? Okay, then.
To me, still feels part of the game, but only in the sense where I built a character, gave him certain attributes, and developed certain skills. You know what I'm saying? And I'm playing the character as we speak, just like you're playing the character. And well, they towed my ass up in this game. All right. Well, the thing is this: uh, in order to make a strong warrior, you have to go through the shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be that strong guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat those. You eat strawberries? Genetically modified. But all that shit is like you have to. It's like The Sims, only better. You know what I'm saying? Because you got other shit with it. You know what I'm saying? You can't control other people, but you got other shit with it. You know what I'm saying? Have a say so. God, show them the way. Educate. You know what I'm saying? These people do it. Why can't we?
Oh, corrupt Chuck Schumer just accidentally admitted to a federal crime. Now, we all know that a lot of these Democrats been turning on Chuck Schumer. They've been trying to get him to step down ever since he sided with President Trump. And it just got out of hand. So, even though they trying to get him to step down, he's still been taking his shots at Donald Trump, saying crazy stuff about Elon Musk. But Chuck Schumer should have washed his mouth before he accidentally admitted to something that he should never did. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and check this out. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with everything that's going on. And shout out to the ones that always stay to the very end, because you definitely help get the video out there. And the ones that always let me know in the comment section that you did stay to the end. I appreciate all of you for that. But Chuck Schumer is in some serious, serious trouble. And like I said before, his own side already done turned on him. The Democrat Party done turned on Chuck Schumer, so they begging for him to step down because they don't want anybody over there from the Democratic Party siding with Donald Trump on anything. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into this, y'all. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer just messed up big time. You see, yesterday afternoon, Senator Chuck Schumer sat down with PBS NewsHour to talk about the Democrats' so-called strategy to combat President Trump's evil Republican agenda. And sure, that's standard partisan rhetoric, but here's the problem. Chuck Schumer accidentally admitted to committing a federal crime.
Wow.
And no, I'm not joking. So folks, I want you all to take a listen to the clip. Then we're going to have a lot to talk about.
In 2017, when he was last here, Nancy Pelosi and I said we're going to go after him on health care. He was very unpopular with that. We're going to go after him on tax breaks for the rich. And then we won the House and picked up some seats in the Senate in 2018. Same thing is going to happen now. And we're going to go after him in so many different ways. We are doing much better on the social media, led by Cory Booker and Tina Smith in our House. And so we're reaching people who were not reached before. We are mobilizing in New York. We have people going to the Republican districts and going after these Republicans who are voting for this and forcing them to either change their vote or face the consequences.
Wow.
This is a long...
He said change their vote or face the consequences. What? I mean, this right here is ridiculous.
Yeah, dude had a filter on his face. It was weird. Fucking going in and out, fucking blinking to my shit. It was weird, man. It's weird. But yeah, shoes, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. America. Wait a minute.
We've got the country under control again, United States. How'd you do that, Venezuela? We deployed our paramilitary force known as the Colectivos, and they're tamping down on all the unrest. Who's running that? The vice president of Venezuela is running that. I'll make it a pair. You want me to come make it a pair? No, United States, you can't just be taking people's leaders. You're next on the list, Cuba. Miguel's looking pretty collectible. You wouldn't. Your rhetoric is really concerning, and we are ready. After I come nab Miguel, I'm going to start a reality show where I make the leaders of Latin American countries fight. We are ready to defend our leader. We are ready, United States. 32 of your special operations black wasps couldn't defend Nicolas Maduro. He didn't trust his own military. I came in there with an electric fly swatter blasting Chief Keef out of the JBL. Our 2026 training cycle has begun. Yeah, I saw you've got a new boat and J-20 stealth fighters and some unmanned stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah, you should fear great Chinese power. We are showcasing our very best. Yeah, your boat's just so-so. My boat is not so-so. My boat is good. No, I'm fairly confident my Coast Guard could handle your Navy. You know what? I'm doing live fire drills near the Taiwan Strait now because of that comment. What's that supposed to do? It keeps the pressure on you and your allies, United States. China, we came in and rolled up another country's leader in like 3 hours. I don't even think, did it take that? It didn't even take that long. What are you saying, What did you do with Jim, United States? Jim is fine. He's right here. You can have him back. I just wanted to prove a point. Jim keeps screaming that communists aren't people and we need to throw them out of helicopters. Yeah, I have no knowledge of where Jim may have gotten that idea. We're ready to rotate in a new batch of troops to support Russia. Yeah, the Ukrainians said their targets have way too many holes in them now, and they need some new ones. That is, they are people, United States. You don't treat them like that. And besides, they're barely on the front lines anymore. We are primarily making mines and stuff for Russia. You know that's a demotion, right? What? Russia said it was like a really cool job that's very important. No, they just don't trust your dudes on the front lines. That is not true. Russia does trust us. That's why they asked for help. Russia asked for help because their idea of strategy and tactics is throwing as many bodies at a problem until the problem goes away. Russia is tactically brilliant. So brilliant, a 3-day operation has taken 1,200 days.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point. Yo, what up, Jen? Thanks for making it. Know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Over here watching some of these TikTok viewing it with you guys, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff that pops up on my reel that I think we could actually have conversations about because the who's in it, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
The elite tell us what's going to happen before it happens.
Check this out. There's an insane connection with what happened with Charlie Kirk and a movie that came out in 1998. So the movie is called Snake Eyes and it starred Nicolas Cage. And the movie was about a man named Charles Kirkland who got shot in the neck at a event.
Just like what just happened.
In the first 10 seconds of the movie, there is a sign for this event, and it says that it takes place on September 10th. So in this movie,
it gets crazier.
The killer killed Charles Kirkland on September 10th, which is when our Charlie Kirk got killed. It gets even crazier because the killer in this movie is called the Executioner, and he is a distraction for the person who actually did the killing of Charles Kirkland. And get this, the person who took the rap for it in the movie's name is Tyler.
The same name of the guy who did it in real life.
You know, the same thing that happened to Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson.
It writes itself, man. It writes itself. Well, technically,
the elite tell us what's going to happen before it happens. Check this out.
So, you know, we ain't dumb. We just have to pay attention to the movies that we watch, like I did. I watched a lot. I was a bored kid growing up. Didn't like school much. Oh, Snake Eyes is the movie, Angela, with Nicolas Cage. Yeah, shoes. Yeah. All right, let's keep moving. Thanks.
The Dominion voting systems, the Smartmatic technology software, and the software that goes in other computerized voting systems here as well, not just Dominion, were created in Venezuela at the direction of Hugo Chavez to make sure he never lost an election after one constitutional referendum came out the way he did not want it to come out. We have one very strong witness who has explained how it all works. His affidavit is attached to the pleadings of Lynn Wood in the lawsuit he filed in Georgia. It is a stunning, detailed affidavit because he was with Hugo Chavez while he was being briefed on how it worked. He was with Hugo Chavez when he saw it operate to make sure the election came out his way. That was the express purpose for creating this software. He has seen it operate, and as soon as he saw the multiple states shut down the voting on the night of the election, he knew the same thing was happening here, that was what had gone on. The Dominion voting
Sounds like he took some or gave some notes to the Democratic Party, don't it? Ain't that how Biden won? It's weird. Said Erica Kurt looks like her. The Chucky bride. Yeah, did look like Meghan Markle. That's creepy too.
I remember saying to them, I said, I got to investigate her now. I got a bad feeling. I didn't have a bad feeling. God gave me a good brain. I already knew. I dropped the ball. I apologize. She's a globalist agent. I dropped the ball and I failed you, and I'm sorry. I got to follow my gut every time. It's never wrong. And I saw so much more she did. And I love her people threatening me and all their doxing of people and all that. You think that's going to make me go away? All you did was wake me up like a nuclear test site waking up Godzilla. So just get your asses ready. Because you want a war, I want your war, I want it all, I want the doxing, I want the lies, I want the attacks, I'm going to take you on. Because you work for the deep state and the Democratic Party and the CIA and MI6, and I see your ass. So you just get ready.
Okay, points for entertaining. I have no idea what he's talking about. I don't know. Good luck. I hope you do it. I hope you go after whoever it is. If the attacks are in the room with you right now, Alex, let us know. Okay? I literally have no idea what he's speaking about. I was off air. And Alex Jones was just burying himself, getting fact checked. People are attacking him because he's lying about what I've said. He's pretending it's personal. Like he and I had a conversation, or like I went after him on the show. I don't know what that is. Then I would eventually find out exactly what it is. First, the efforts from Alex Jones and these YouTubers. Well, first, they played like they were friends with him. So you had this Paramount Tactical account in Valhalla who called up Mitch and pretended to be a brother, like a brother in arms. Yeah, brother. Yeah, we're trying to help you. We think, Kidis could be potentially funded. This is, Paramount Tactical, potentially working with foreign agents, and like, you're one of us. At the exact same time, they had Ian Carroll calling me, and Ian Carroll was being a friend, and he's like, hey, you should get on the phone with them, and you should come out against Mitch, because Mitch is a fraud, and Mitch was never in the military, and it's going to be really bad for you. Like, you need to make a statement against Mitch. So, just to make that clear, they're trying to pressure Mitch to say something against me, and trying to pressure me to say something against Mitch, to believe that Mitch was a fraud, and to have Mitch believe that I was a fraud. That struck me as odd. I did not take the bait. Then after, through a third party, effectively threatening me and saying that lawsuits were going to be coming if I did not go back on my word of allowing, Mitch to be on my platform and share his story, that there were huge lawsuits coming. And I explained to Ian Carroll, I was like, Ian, this is not how lawsuits work. They didn't send me a cease and desist. What have I done wrong here? Then they said that he was never, that it was like stolen valor. He was never in the military. And then they had to admit that, no, actually, Mitch was in the military, but they were ashamed because he was a really bad dude who abused women in the past. And then they brought out the said women onto their platform. Like, suddenly we are being brought into Jerry Springer, and they had to absolve his past. Everyone's like, what does this have to do with Fort Huachuca? Can Suge Knight see Brian Harple at a military base? Like, do I care about Suge Knight's history? What does this have to do with anything? This is just illogical. So when the public didn't bite on that, they then said that it probably wasn't even true that he was at Fort Huachuca, because he was a pathological liar, and they could prove that this was a bad dude and a pathological liar. So I then dropped the military police reports, the actual incident reports from what happened on the base on that day, which proves that Mitch told the truth. So then they pivoted.
Yo, Gabriella, what's going on? How's it over there on Twitch?
I was just looking at the new fucking Final Destination movie. It's got Candyman in it. God, he's got skinny.
He was in all of them. You haven't noticed that?
I'm just saying, he's got so skinny.
He's been the Undertaker in every damn fucking movie that has something to do with death.
Man, God damn, I was just looking at my Jesus Christ. He's got like really skinny.
Hey, what's he has to do with it? Stop using the Lord's name in vain, God dang it.
Hands on deck, rest assured, it's a top priority for President Trump, and he believes that Governor Walz is criminally liable, and I think the Department of Justice is going to find out.
Yeah, we about to lock up a trailer. Let's play it again.
All hands on deck, rest assured, it's a top priority for President Trump, and he believes that Governor Walz is criminally liable, and I think the Department of Justice is going to find out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How may I help you?
Oh, are you with this?
What's going on?
I was just going to ask a couple questions about home health care for somebody in their 90s.
We're not ready to answer questions.
Okay. You're not taking patients?
No, we're not taking patients.
Okay. All right.
It's
So
free to go.
Okay. Thank you very much. Hi.
What are you guys doing here?
Asking about home health care services.
Look,
For
you're not
somebody in their
asking, you're
90s.
not asking how much care services.
I
I know
am.
you. I know you.
I don't think you know me.
I know you.
Okay, I'm Mahek.
No, I'm not gonna shake hands
That's
with you.
okay. That's fine.
You can record whatever you want.
Oh, I know. We're recording because I was
Because I
assaulted.
know you are just spreading a lot of bunch of BS.
What's the BS?
You're talking about Somalis. I've seen it so many times in Fox News.
I've spoken about the issue in Minnesota, or Minneapolis in particular.
No, listen.
I'm listening.
Listen.
I'm listening.
You are from India. You are not a white person.
I wasn't trying
Listen.
to pretend I was.
Listen. Get out of our house. You're not supposed to be here.
This isn't private property.
This is a
And
private property.
It's not.
It's a private
I'm
property.
knocking on doors to
Look,
ask.
we've got every right to be here.
No, you don't have every right to be here.
We have every right to Why be are you here. guys spreading lies?
Wait.
We're not spreading any
Hold on
lies.
one second.
Yeah,
Can I speak?
you guys
No,
are
you
not
can't.
supposed to be here.
Because
if you're
your
gonna-
last name is Cook doesn't mean that you're white. You are from India, and you are just spreading a lot of bunch of BS.
It's not a
Who do you
bunch
think
of
you are?
BS. Who do you think you
who
are?
do you think you are?
Who do you think
Who
you
you
are
think
standing
you are,
here
too?
telling me that I can't ask?
Why are you coming to harass us? Why are you coming to harass us?
We're not coming to harass anyone. You guys looking for, you guys can go Department of
Listen, who gave you this job to do it?
and then you guys can ask them how this
Who gave you this
operated.
job to do it? Who has You have no right to be here. You gotta leave.
We have every right to be here.
No, you don't have
you don't have. We have every right to be here.
There's no ticket to harass. You said
You are
we
harassing
have
people.
no.
We're not harassing anyone.
You just running around. You just go.
Just knock on the
spread
door.
a
You guys
lot
are
of-
the ones
why-
yelling at
why
us.
are you-
We're
why are you
simply
knocking
asking
the door?
questions,
Tell
and then
me,
you guys are
why-
trying to intimidate us. You guys are a healthcare
you-
company. What you're doing is wrong. I do. You guys are trying to intimidate us right now.
You guys came to our office. You said you didn't want
No,
to
that's
answer
fine. You can
questions
ask
about
questions.
home health.
Who you guys are threat. You guys are trying to intimidate us. You're telling us we're not allowed to be here. Why do all of you have your phones out right now?
Yeah, because we wondered.
Why do you have to speak on?
For safety, for my own safety.
For our own safety too.
No, you can record it.
You guys
I
have
don't
no right
mind.
to be here. You guys gotta leave right
Spread
now.
lies.
A bunch of BS. You need to leave.
You
need to leave right now.
Move away.
Those guys they're here to harass us.
Because your last name is Cook, it's not that's why you're white.
Look, we're peacefully here.
These ladies that spread a lot of BS about Somalis.
That's not true, and you know that. No, did you see my last video? Did you see my last video? I actually spoke to a really nice lady from Somalia, and specifically, that's not true.
We're talking about fraud, not Somalis.
No, not at all. No, I actually.
We're talking about fraud.
You guys not go Department of whoever
You have
issued
you just came the other day and you just
and
pretended
then
to be a white
ask
person.
them how they
Get
deal
away
with
from
this.
We did
Instead,
actually.
you guys can businesses.
No, we
harassing
actually,
people.
I asked about home health care rates and services.
No,
and just so
no,
you know,
no,
the
Then
last.
why don't you go there? office,
We
and then
did. We
how
actually
they
spoke to
operate,
somebody. We
how
spoke
they
to
operate,
somebody
how they
here.
do review, how they inspect it. Why don't you go there?
We've done
Instead
both.
you go here.
We've honestly done both. We've actually talked to the agency and then
Then
also
who you
talking
work
to a
for?
couple of healthcare.
Who you
We're
for?
just
Why are you
asking if
spreading these lies?
What's the lie?
Because of you lies, you saying they
I don't know
steal
about
money,
you.
they do this, they do
I
that.
never said you stole
And
money.
nobody steal money. You know,
Nobody
if you're
has
missing
said-
one time sheet, you're gonna get
Secondly,
citation,
who
and
you
you're gonna go.
Yeah, that's accurate.
So then,
But who said
then why
you're
not
stealing?
Gonna, because every video you watch on the TikTok, whatever, you there
everywhere.
lying, saying Somali people
That's
steal
not
money.
accurate.
No,
you should
you're
look at my
not
last
supposed to do
video.
that.
It's
No,
actually
no, no.
from
You have a problem with Somalis?
The
That's
last-
up to you.
Somalis,
The
Don't lie to the
last video I
Americans.
posted was a very nice
You
lady
just
who actually
spreading
walked
hate,
through
you spreading
daycare
a lot of
system.
lies,
That's not
you spread
true.
a lot of BS.
Well,
and
I think you're unhinged, so I'm not
horrible. You are
speaking
an
to you. You're
idiot.
respectful.
You are not-
You should go look at the last video about a really nice person who sat down, treated me with respect, and then I explained that this
Then
is
why
are
you not respecting the community? Then
we
you're saying all
100%
that lies.
have. Where's the lie?
Yeah, you just saying some bullshit that you're not even.
Where's I think you're
reviewing.
mistaken.
You don't.
We are reviewing.
You don't know how we.
to go into a daycare
Like,
every day?
how my
if you
daycare
guys are
operates.
legitimate business, you should be outraged by the fraud. But instead, you're attacking us because we're calling out
attacking you?
fraud.
Nobody touched you. Nobody
Oh yeah, sorry, you're attacking my friend. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You're attacking my friend instead of just me. Okay.
If
There's
you
no lies
investigate
here.
fraud, why don't you go to other people? Why
We're
you go
going
to
everywhere.
Somalis?
We're going
You only go to
everywhere.
everybody. No.
100%.
No. You are profiling Somalis and you're not going
That's
to
not
Somali.
true.
There's no way.
There's
Not that
34
your
home
profile-
health care services in this building. Of course we're going to be in a building with 34 home health care
Why
services.
don't we see one video of you guys going to a white business?
Well,
or
because
going to
most
an
of the
Indian
home
business,
health care are right
or going
here.
to another business. Why are you going on Somalis? Tell me.
We have not been profiling. There's
You
34
have
here.
been
We've knocked on the
profiling
door of
Somalis.
every
No, no, no,
34
no. You have
businesses
been
here.
I don't know
Somalis.
who
You have
is
been attacking
owned
Somalis
here.
business.
We just knocked
You're
on the door,
profile.
asked a
You're
couple
attacking her
questions.
for being
I'm
One
an
nice
attacking her
lady
because
actually
she
went
attacked
through
Somalis
all
on
the
Fox News.
services and things
She was
like
just,
that.
she went to daycare the
So-
other day. She was trying to go forcefully into a daycare. Do you know the rules of daycare?
We're trying to
You
expose
cannot
fraud.
Go to a daycare.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
If you're doing that, you just go to those who give the license and then ask that questions.
Yeah, we
How
have.
they operate,
Okay.
how they review, how they inspect it. And then you go from there. You find out you don't satisfy what they tell you, and then you can say something. But you cannot come out and say, hey, you're taking person. No. There's a rule and
We're
regulations.
simply asking questions.
And then
And
this is,
if you said no, I walked away, right? The minute you said no, I walked away.
Look, you're the ones following us and arguing with us. You have 6 guys in a small hallway posted up waiting for us, and we come down and you're right back here telling it like, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I mean, we actually
guys
were
are-
walking away.
Listen,
So
you guys.
The only people being harassed today
we're
are
not
us.
speaking to you anymore. We're done
I'm
with
not-
this
I'm not
conversation.
speaking to you.
that's
So-
I know who you are.
Look, guys, the only ones being
I
harassed
think
today
you
are
have
us.
been actually been very kind, so I respect you.
So you
I don't
just
respect your
don't-
friend.
you don't-
If you actually go through my social media, you will see me talk about fraud in Minnesota, nothing about the community here.
don't you know, they review that and then they never find no fraud.
No, you're not looking
You
for
probably are 100% legitimate then. That doesn't
Then
stop
how
anybody.
you
That doesn't mean
know
others
it's a
aren't.
legit fraud?
The way to look.
I didn't say there was fraud here.
Healthcare is supposed to
We're
be
just
done.
That's
asking
what you're going
questions.
after, right?
Not someone who's knocking.
We're asking
going after
questions.
fraud.
True, but I mean,
We're asking questions of business owners, that's all.
So you guys need to be fair. You want to report something,
So
to
did
go
you,
directly what's going on. But you don't have to just exaggerate the lies
there's no
and just
lie.
create the whole disguise.
Did you see my last video of a very nice Somalian daycare?
Starting from the president all the way down to you guys standing here. Just the same story.
You're
In
not
the one
hearing me
small
on
community. That's not
And
fair.
it's not the Somalian community.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the-
what it is. That's what
it
you guys
isn't.
going after.
That is not it.
Yes, that's what it is. Why don't you go to other daycares and other home
We
cares?
have.
We've gone to over 20 daycares in this city. I'm not lying.
It's honestly, I think this is a pointless conversation.
It is. I mean, we're
Thank
not
you though
getting
for
it.
being kind.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Not just spread a bunch of BS in the news.
Yeah, okay.
Shit, yeah. But if they F around with the wrong one, man, they might end up having God sorted out for him. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have, people get that return to sender button pushed and shit, and it's a whole different subject. You know what I'm saying? So people get bold nowadays too. That's what I'm saying. People are looking for all the smoke. People messing with all the right people in all the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't scared to catch a case. Yeah. They like it in there. It's warm. 3 hots, cot. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta watch somebody else squat on the toilet while you sleeping. Just fuckery. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, he flew 1,200 miles with the wind in his back into the inside of this planet. Not a molten core, far from it. Continental shells bigger than on the surface, seas that were equal to ours, and he took 300 photographs and brought them back, and I tried to see them, and Franklin Birch, who was at the National Archives, would not let me in. Oh, I got in the cage, but I couldn't look at anything. Caldwell found those records and read them in 1940, and he took his round-wing plane in and went right through the Earth and came out at the South Pole in a 125-mile opening there. That's one thing he did. I told you that was 1940. That was a great accomplishment of the round-wing plane at that point. We hadn't had to fight a war. We hadn't had to do anything. 1952, I hesitate to tell you. I've had 3 attempts on my life, and I don't know if I'll walk away from this meeting if I say any more. I've had the needle, I've been poisoned, and I've had people sent to kill me.
Hell yeah. Obviously, that dude was with all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? They, like he said, they tried to unalive him 3 times. Nigga ain't about that. You know, he coming right back. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Let me put some Jesus in it. You know what I'm saying?
While the entire world is focused on Venezuela and Mexico and Cuba and Colombia, Donald Trump just quietly put Canada in the hot seat. Why? Because the operation in Caracas isn't just about Maduro. It's an opening salvo against the British Empire. Here's what the president said.
So we have to do something because we lost. The real number is 300,000 people, in my opinion. You know, they like to say 100,000. 100,000 is a lot of people, but the real number is 300,000 people. And we lost it to drugs, and they come in through the southern border, mostly the southern border. Plenty come in through Canada, too, by the way, in case you don't know.
But you're not supposed to notice that. The headlines covering that same press conference are focused on the usual targets, like this one in the New York Post. But while the empire's American propaganda arms want you focused on those usual suspects, by Sunday, the Canadians had figured out what I just told you. The editorial board of the Toronto Globe and Mail announced in their Sunday editorial that Venezuela's fate is a warning to Canada. Meanwhile, the rest of the narrative is being played out by the press, like the New York Times, which says that this is another regime change operation out of the Bush playbook and that it's going to split the MAGA movement. And of course, the New York Times' favorite new political figure, Marjorie Taylor Greene, played her part in feeding into the MAGA split narrative. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party is playing its assigned role in the narrative, shrieking about Trump's actions, and some are already calling for his impeachment. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of Trump's opponents, like the former head of Britain's MI6 and walrus man John Bolton, immediately recognized that what the U.S. did in Venezuela was not a regime change operation. They're actually onto something. It isn't regime change. It's a surgical strike against the British Empire's irregular warfare, and a key component of that, which we have long called Dope Inc., the nexus of narcotics trafficking, terrorism, and the City of London's centered banking system. And today we're going to break that down. I'm Susan Kokinda. I've been tracking this since the 1970s, watching how the offshore banking operation was set up to sidestep regulation, sovereignty, and law enforcement. And I'm here to tell you that for the first time, someone is taking that on, and it's Donald Trump. So if this sounds like your kind of fight, please hit those like, share, and subscribe buttons so we can reach more people. Here's what we're going to cover today. First, it's not regime change, and the empire knows it. Second, how the empire's operations of dirty money is now in the crosshair, and the Russians know it, and how Trump is deploying to defeat all of these imperial operations.
Oh yeah. Well, he basically stopped a drug lord from shipping over his product by removing said drug lord from his product. You know, we would gladly take you over your product since you're selling yourself anyways, because that's what your product is. You're selling yourself, you know. Gotta sell to get, you know, people gotta know what it is. They don't know, they don't want it. Shit. So you gotta advertise it to them. People do it, people don't. Says so. Technically, it is kidnapping, but you have to be a kid. We just annexed, you know, or procured, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real, Angela. That's that part. You know what I'm saying? So I get the I entertain them as long as I can until I figure out if they about it, if they real, or if they acting like they just like. I don't really hang around with people who are just posers. You know what I'm saying? I like to hang out with people who real about talking down to earth type shit, not no fugazi shit. I don't like talking fugazi. It's like trying to be political, not knowing what political is. Says Trump a Crip or blood. He heavy on the red. Let's just say that, all right, bro. He stopped a drug lord and cut oil supply to certain sources, and also they do have a lot of resources. Yeah, they do have a lot that we need. A lot, and we getting them.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
We getting what we need. I mean,
Rand Paul has been implicated as one of the politicians who has been taking millions of dollars from the Maduro regime, according to a high-ranking government source. The Kentucky senator was named as a central figure on a reported Venezuela list of U.S. politicians.
Oh, he got you now. Oh my days. Nah, I like that dude though. Really. Hey, I really don't like people in the first. I don't like people either because they're dumb. You know, I like the individual person because people get together and they start talking and babbling and shit, and they start thinking shit real when they don't have nothing, no real common sense in the matter. You know what I'm saying? They just going off of whatever somebody said, playing a telephone game. I say they probably 100 times a day, but I deal with the public. Yeah. See, for you, Jen, you have to hit them with the smart rhetoric, or I should say like the smart witty snapbacks. You know what I'm saying? They'll make them think, but if they're not smart enough, they'll just take it as a compliment. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the real ones to know. Like if they're smart enough, they know. Well, I can't fuck with this person because obviously they have some intelligence to them. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody just not everybody's gonna like try to like disrespect people off the top blatantly. People usually do it because it's like an icebreaker for them. It's retarded, but yeah, it's gonna be done. Try to erase this thing.
Rand Paul has been implicated as one of the politicians.
A bone to pick with y'all. This right here is a picture of Mars. This right here is a picture of Devon Island, which is in Canada. And they look very much the same, except none of the rocks line up. This is all satire. It's all a big joke. Watch the video. So I decided to go on Google Earth, NASA, and we're going to check out Devon Island, and we're going to see what it's all about. Y'all ready? Here we go. All right, so as you can see, it says the Mars-based bed and breakfast, but when you zoom around and you just kind of check out everything, they're all on four-wheelers, and what is that? Mars Institute? Hold on a second. NASA, CSA, which is Canadian Space Agency. Don't forget now, this entire video is satire. It's all a big joke, fact checkers, so there's no misinformation because it's just a joke that I'm making on this video. This right here is Mars. This right here is Devon Island. All they did was get a little filter and put it over it from Devon Island. And oh yeah, is what people say, but that's actually not true. Fact checkers, is it? I mean, really, man? All right, NASA, I got a bone to pick with y'all. This right here is a picture of Mars. This right here is a picture of Devon Island, which is in Canada. And they look very much the same, except none of the rocks line up. This is all satire. It's all a big joke.
Yeah, it's all satirical. Don't forget that, YouTube. For entertainment purposes only. Just look into it. That's all I gotta say. Said, but Angela, my friend circle, 3 people. The rest had lost the right to call me at all or friend again. Fair enough. Gotta keep it simple anyways, you know what I'm saying? The way I see it, if you're single, God should be the only person you should be talking to and your kid. You know what I'm saying? I think it goes like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be like the Virgin Marys after that point. Hey.
Can we all agree that Ryan Garcia seen a lot of shit that he was not supposed to see in this lifetime? This man has said numerous times that he's seen aliens and people don't believe him. Look at this shit though.
Wait, have you ever seen aliens before? Yes.
Mind you, he taking a lot to take
Okay, how
a
did you see the aliens?
Oh man, it was in a sleep paralysis state, and it was watching my body.
Listen.
He believes that to be true.
Now, remember when he was about to fight Devin Haney? And he was just blurting shit out and people was like, Ryan tripping. Ryan crazy. Before the Epstein file shit, Ryan Garcia was trying to expose the elites. So much so that people tried to silence him. People tried to say, oh, he was on meds. Oh, he crazy. Oh, he just doing it for the fight. Now, while he's taking a lie detector test, he said he's seen aliens, which he said he's seen before. This man said it happened while he was having sleep paralysis. And y'all don't believe him? But this is typically how shit goes. Y'all go down rabbit holes after rabbit holes after rabbit holes. But when people are telling you the truth, you don't believe them. Ryan Garcia seen some shit. Ryan Garcia knows some things, and that's why they be trying to keep this man quiet. Y'all remember what he said about the elites, right? Y'all remember what he said about that place they go to, right? And y'all remember who he said was at that place they go to, right? Yeah, okay. I'm out.
Hey, called a table gentleman dude said, how do you know me? We are gentlemen. I responded with, sir, I choose not to believe the bathroom wall, so I going to refer to you as gentlemen. He left me. Hey, Jay, that's a good shit right there. Said Boogie got butt plugged with it. Come on, dude. Bro, I never meant to know sleep paralysis, alien abduction. You know, they do butt stuff with you. Hey, what do those walls say though, Jed? I'm just curious. Huh? Because in the men's room it says something else. See, ours would say like, I came here, sat down, broken hearted, came to shit, but only farted. You know what I'm saying? I think that's one of them. Everybody's seen that though, so I'm pretty sure it's like mandatory. Folks ain't seen the baby picture of my ass. Boogie is, it was Diddy, bro. What? Yeah, they would leave the pizza numbers or pizza restaurant numbers for a good time. Fat kids. Let's get it.
This quote up here, it's a Supreme Court where it says U.S. or S.CT. That means it's a Supreme Court decision. It essentially means it is the highest court statement of reality. It says the U.S. citizens of the District of Columbia residing in one of the states of the Union are classified as property and franchises of the federal government as a, quote, individual entity. Now, you might say to yourself, But I'm not a citizen of the District of Columbia, and that's where you're wrong, okay? You may say to yourself, I'm a living being standing on the ground, on the land, and therefore I'm not a property and I'm not a franchise, and I may consider myself an individual, but you don't understand the definition of the word individual. Individual is an artificial construct in the legal system in which we exist.
Mm, mm. Nachos do sound good. I had nachos. I ain't even going front, Angela. I had nachos today, and I had them with the Doritos. I think it was like the naked ones or whatever, the ones that were made with no food coloring and none of that shit, all natural. Made some with that, and I was like, this shit was fire. Banged it like Rufio Bang Rain. Let's get it.
This quote up here, it's a Supreme Court where it says U.S.
I've got brand new hypersonic missiles. I took another country's dictator. What? Yeah, I picked them up last night. You can't do that. You can't just do that. You're not supposed to have hypersonic missiles. That's that's not the same as capturing somebody. You're not supposed to be developing a nuclear program. Okay, all right, United States, I get what you're saying, but you're also supposed to feed your people. I get the point. I get what you're saying, okay, but you can't just roll up on people and take their leaders. Well, we did. There will be retaliation for this. We destroyed all their air defense in less time than it takes me to get Venezuelan food delivered to my house. Well, we're gonna back Venezuela. Me, China, Russia, all of us. I might start collecting dictators like Pokemon. Lockdown Kim Jong. Gotta catch them all. Ukraine is hitting me almost daily with drones now. That's interesting. Did you have something to do with this, United States? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, Russia. We are gonna come for you next. Better be careful, because we like taking people that say they can't be taken. You wouldn't dare. I do think yours would be harder to nab than the other one we got, but we could do it. You are so utterly confident in your own abilities. Nah, I'm not confident in my abilities. I'm confident in the abilities of the United States service members. We're gonna send the Wagner Group. You mean the same Wagner Group that a small group of my service members absolutely melted in like 2018? No, these ones are better than those ones. Well, listen, I have this group of autistic psychopaths, and they like to play tag with bullets. It's called the Marine Corps. We strongly condemn the U.S.'s actions in Venezuela. Yeah, you tell them, China, we don't know, nobody likes that. It seems like a lot of Venezuelans like that. Just because a group of people from that country think it's a good idea doesn't mean you could do that. That is illegal. Yeah, there's a lot of debate about the legality of this, but the fact is that I did it. The cartels are going to respond to this, United States. They're going to respond to this. You mean the same cartels that are basically just normal people that do show of force operations all the time? No, they're violent, and they're not restricted by ROE, and they are well equipped. Yeah, we're ready. You're not even a little concerned? Yeah, my cartels are built different. Don't use young people slang with me. I will roll your cartels up, no cap. My cartels are the best cartels in the world, on God. This situation is looking like it's about to be not lit. I don't think that was the correct use of that.
Yeah, he gonna take some shit, man. He gonna take some shit. These niggas don't want the war, but he does. But he don't really want the war. He just want to take some shit. Really, right now,
I've got brand new hypersonic missiles.
I feel like we're having a pissing contest, right? And we're just whipping it out to see who's bigger and who's could go further. And off top, he's like, well, half of my service members are black. So you got you beat there. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, man. winning the big dick race. See, we ain't going after Africa. We ain't got no problems over there yet, but we might. They do have some diamonds, and well, we don't need diamonds, but they do have some. What's that shit that was sparking and shit? That shit look good, vibranium, right? That's what we're gonna call it when we take it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
As you have heard from others, this is going to be one of the most impactful policy endeavors of this administration. And it is truly an honor to work at the direction of President Trump on this initiative. The best way for me to describe the goal of Trump accounts is to use the president's own words. This is a pro-family initiative that will help millions of Americans harness the strength of our economy to lift up the next generation and generations to follow. Trump accounts are going to unlock the American dream and President Trump's golden age economy for an entire generation. I am proud to say the IRS, in coordination with Treasury, has been hard at work developing the guidance needed to ensure that eligible families can take advantage of Trump accounts. Earlier this month, we issued a notice providing some initial information, and we are still drafting regulations that will give more detailed guidance to families soon. We also have been developing the greatest form in IRS history, 4547. Mark that down. The form people will need to use when they open a Trump account for an eligible child. A draft of that form is available on irs.gov. We're focused on making it as easy as possible for those who are eligible to open an account or contribute. The rollout of the official Trump account website today. Great job, Joe, in doing all you've done. With fulsome FAQs will help streamline this process. You will hear more about TrumpAccounts.gov in just a few moments. Please expect additional information and guidance from the Treasury Department and IRS between now and January 5th, 2026, when Trump accounts officially launch. So once again, I want to thank Treasury leadership for the opportunity to be here today. As IRS CEO, I will remain committed to ensuring the success of Trump accounts, and I am grateful to be involved with such an important program for the benefit of working families throughout America.
Mike check. Yeah, dude did have kind of like a teleprompter speak though. He was reading that shit hard. So I won't believe it till I see it happen for real. He looked at kid and play looking back and teacher parent making sure he doing it right. Hey, he did look like that too. He's like, am I reading this right? This right? This the right script? Is this the right? Wait, I messed up. No, I'm good. All right, cool. I thought I skipped a line.
Well, folks, today America just got hit with a double shock. On the West Coast, President Donald J. Trump just blew the whistle, confirming that the Pacific Palisades fire, one of the worst disasters in modern California history, wasn't just a tragedy. It was a land grab engineered by Gavin Newsom. Trump says the governor let homes burn, denied families the right to rebuild, and now wants to bulldoze the ashes for low-income housing projects that nobody voted for. Can you believe this? This was a setup. This was a land grab from Gavin Newsom. Unbelievable. I mean, we already remember what they did in Hawaii. Don't even get me started there. And so while that bombshell shakes California to its core, here in Washington, D.C., the House of Representatives just melted down. Democrats circled the wagons to protect Ilhan Omar, the very same congresswoman who mocked Charlie Kirk after his assassination, reposting videos that smeared him as reprehensible and then blamed him for his own murder. What kind of how is she even human? A resolution to censure her, to strip her from her committees. This went up for a vote. And what happened next exposed just how broken the system really is. Now think about this, guys. Trump calls out corruption and the media screams conspiracy. Omar trashes a murdered patriot and Congress shrugs, one vote away from accountability, but she walks free. This isn't politics, guys. This is chaos colliding, and it's happening right now. Hit the like button, subscribe, because I'm about to break down exactly what President Trump just exposed, how Newsom's denials are falling apart, California is burning, and the disgraceful way that the House just sold out the American people. It is crazy. So, folks, let's go and put this into perspective, okay? Today is not just another day in politics. It is a political earthquake. On the one side of the country, you got President Donald J. Trump. He has just blown the lid off of Gavin Newsom's dirty secret, exposing that the Pacific Palisades fire in California wasn't just merely an accident of nature.
See? Crooked politicians over here making these moves, thinking niggas is fools. About to catch your bitch ass on the evening news. Shit, probably already got it. Let's check out the views. Yeah, okay. We'll do this.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
There is a group that has been trying to create an artificial Armageddon and then rule the world from Jerusalem. And the Chabad cult, for example, thinks that after this big war between Gog and Magog and 90% of people are killed, then every Jew will have 2,800 slaves and they'll rule the world, you know. And so there's that group that's been pushing that. And they're a powerful minority within the Jewish community, but they've been the ones behind all the troubles in the Middle East, if you ask me. The easiest way to understand that is to look at history. And history shows there's three big groups there. There's the Persians, then there's the Turks, and then the third one is the Arabs. The Aga Khan, he's a descendant of Prophet Muhammad and also heirs to the Assassins who are still around and quite active. The thing the Jews need to realize is that the Holocaust was caused by Zionists. It was engineered to force the Jews out of Europe and into Israel for this project, you know, involving Gog, Magog, Armageddon, and all that stuff. So that they need to understand. If they don't understand that, they're never going to be free. You know, nobody has got anything against the Jewish people. Nobody's going to kill the people of Israel. They're going to be allowed to live and prosper in peace, and they'll have complete autonomy. They just need to get rid of these fanatic.
It's clear that most Jews now understand that the whole concept of Zionism is antithetical to Judaism.
I'm not allowed to say certain things, so I decided to reveal the hidden truth in this ebook. If you want to understand what you are, where we are, this ebook will literally unveil that to you.
Pam, I'm only interested in free. You know what I'm saying? I like the free. Let's get it.
U.S. isn't stopping with Venezuela and plans to do the same to these other countries if they don't behave directly. After the successful capture of Maduro, Trump stated that the operation is a signal to other governments in the world who are also failing to properly govern their countries in ways that are harming Americans. Then, during a follow-up press conference, he specifically singled out 3 leaders. First, he said, quote, "Something's going to have to be done about the United States' southern neighbor Mexico because their president, Claudia Sheinbaum, is not doing nearly enough to address the mass influx of unlawful substances flowing into the U.S. through their territory." Second, he called out another country, Colombia, that's heavily involved in the smuggling operations by warning that Colombia's president, Gustavo Petro, shall watch himself, before finally stating that his administration is currently discussing taking possible action against Cuba because Trump claims it is a failing nation that is in need of as usual. Leave me a follow for
Okay, man. Okay. Let's get into the big ones.
It says that somehow Venezuela is not involved in the drug trade because the UN says they're not involved in the drug. I don't care what the UN says. The UN doesn't know what they're talking about.
UN, you have a problem with that? You know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. I guess that means you need to shut the up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would shut up. Shut the
And that's that, because we don't really fuck with the UN. You know what I'm saying? United Races is what I call them. Motherfucking bitches. Suck a dick.
We're getting rich because of tariffs, by the way. I hope everyone understands that. They hate to report. We're going to have over $650 billion poured into our country or coming in shortly because of tariffs. They're finding all of these pockets of money a couple of weeks ago. Sir, we're off by $39 billion. Oh, is that good or bad? Meaning, do we have it or are we short of it? Sir, it's $39 billion that we can't account for. That means we have an extra 39. Yes, sir. I said, well, what are you saying? We just don't know where it came from. I said, check the tariff shelf. Sir, that tariff doesn't start until September. He said, no. It started about a month and a half ago. Check it. Comes back 25 minutes later. Sir, you were right. It came from tariffs. This never happened to us before, where we find plus 39 billion, not million, plus 39 billion. They were missing. We've taken in $650 billion or shortcoming, and that's because I'm being nice. If I want to be, and we have national security because of tariffs.
Just being nice. Just being nice. We can take it.
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
Yeah, Angela make her own chip nachos, Brody. Authentics. She lived right by the people who make this shit. You know what I'm saying? She might be some kin to them. You don't even know. Let's get it.
Trump said felons can now carry a firearm. It was we could have it in the house, in our possession, as long as we was in the house defending our property. But now felons are being taken advantage of because the fact that we have a felon, we can't protect ourselves. Not everybody want to fight. Not everybody want to rouse, throw rocks, kick, punch, none of that shit. They want to shoot. So he is going to give us that right back to be able to possess a firearm. We should be able to walk around with a firearm, and guess what? I'm happy about it. You know why? Because as a felon, your life is in danger every day. You walking around unsecured. Nobody is squabbling no more. If you ain't got a gun on your hip, you are done with. These new YNs, they out here shooting them up. They ain't taking no arguments, no nothing. And guess what? You caught lacking. People out here creating enemies on accident. Social media influencers. You got a good job. You making it too much money. So you need to be able to protect yourself. And guess what, y'all? I agree.
I mean, I agree too, but to a certain extent, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, you would have to register that firearm, but you know we won't because we felons. That's what it is. What they do. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it. Yeah, just keep moving though. Keep moving.
Trump said felons can now carry a firearm. It was, we could have it in the house.
Trump shares a chart of immigrant welfare rates by country. I think this chart will surprise absolutely no one. So Bhutan, Yemen, Somalia, Dominican Republic, and Afghanistan, 70% that are getting assistance. This is crazy. If you need assistance living here, you need to go. You've got to go.
Yeah. I mean, unless you from here, you should not be getting assistance from here. You know what I'm saying? You should be assisting us because you want to live here.
This is the type of information they don't give any airtime. So let me enlighten you. This is what happens when artificial intelligence reaches singularity. Listen.
AI singularity, often simply called the singularity, is a hypothetical future point in time when technological growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible, leading to unforeseeable changes to human civilization. This is primarily associated with the advent of artificial superintelligence, ASI.
That look and act human. Now, rapid advances in artificial intelligence are taking humanoids from the lab to the factory floor. As fears grow that AI will displace workers, a global race is underway to develop human-like robots able to do human jobs. He found the future of the future in the parts warehouse, tucked away in the back corner, getting ready for work. Meet Atlas, a 5'9", 200-pound AI-powered humanoid created by Boston Dynamics.
Shit getting crazy, y'all. But I think that it's already uploaded intelligence as it is. Like, what we think of as artificial is just uploaded. Say like that. All them things that Epstein was doing with Bill Gates over there on that island had to be doing something with computers. Uploading shit to computers, trying to figure out how to upload people to the computer. And then they came out with a movie with Johnny Depp where he uploaded himself to the computer. Tell you this right now. Shit, we could all be uploaded to the computer. But we know we ain't right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving.
Take over where we have to do it again. We can do it again, too. Nobody can stop us. There's nobody that has the capability that we have. You know, when I watch that war in Russia going on and on and on and everybody dying, it's like, it's primitive. It's primitive. It's horrible. Could you...
Said I pulled off for 1 second. Y'all back already done grew in the new chat. Shit, man. It's crazy. Crazy world. shit. We gotta live in it.
I'm going to bomb the shit out of them.
Not you. Not you. Your organization's terrible. Can you imagine if I used the F-bomb? It would be the electric chair, right?
You're not going to raise that fucking price.
That there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her. She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
Continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Said them nachos is delicioso. I bet so. Or that Trump core, y'all know you love it.
And Mr. President, if you are declaring war against these cartels and Congress is likely to approve of that process, why not just ask for a declaration of war?
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them. You know, they're going to be like dead. Okay? Yeah.
Like, this man dead ass, bro. Like, this really our president. Like, I don't nobody say, bro, the most gangster president of all time.
He is savage. Real talk. Dead ass. Dead ass.
And now Canada has caved too. Donald Trump wins again, which means America wins again. Like, I tell you, I feel like I'm getting spoiled with all this winning because Donald Trump is fucking 4-0. I remember when Colombia said, we're not taking any of those illegal immigrants back. 24 hours later, they were like, please, sir, I'll send my own presidential plane to get them. Boom, 1-0. Then Panama said, we're not going to bow to U.S. pressure. 72 hours later, they said, we are not renewing our contract with China. Then Mexico said, we're not doing anything America wants us to do. In fact, we're going to put in retaliatory tariffs that punish America for thinking they can boss us around. 24 hours later, she was like, yes, Daddy Trump, whatever you want. Yes, I will send 10,000 troops to the border. Yes, I will ramp up efforts against the cartel because you told me to. Whatever you want, Daddy. And the lone standing opponent was Canada. Justin Trudeau was like, we're not going to be bossed around by the United States. We're not going to be told what to do with our own border. And after one meeting with Trump, Canada is now instituting a $1.3 billion security policy on their border. Canada is going to reinforce their border with new choppers, new technology, thousands of new personnel. They're going to work with enhanced coordination with the United States. And they even created a czar for that drug we're not allowed to talk about on here. It begins with F. All to avoid the tariffs that they said they weren't worried about. Like, here's the thing, world. You need to recognize this because shit's changed. See, with other presidents, with the last few that we had around, they were just running around offering you the carrot. Well, now Daddy's brought the stick. Go ahead and fuck around and find out. Colombia, Panama, Mexico, and Canada all chose not to. Maybe try following their example. This is how the world works now.
Yes. 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 I always looked at Donald Trump as like a Justice League hero, right? He's the most relatable to Batman as it gets. I'm gonna let you know that, okay? Because he's a billionaire, right? But he uses his brains instead of a fucking costume. You know what I'm saying? He's doing good business instead of fucking robbing publicly. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers going down. It feels amazing. It feels amazing. Just saying, man. What a world we live in that we get to watch this live action role playing going on and shit. And everybody don't even know that this is just all play. You know what I'm saying? The fireworks haven't even begun. Wait till that shit comes home. Wait till that shit comes home. And be like fake alien invasion. The world be like, oh, like Godzilla's here and shit. It's not Godzilla. It's not Godzilla. Yeah, you're supposed to put it together like that, bro. It's just there's a lot of pieces in these puzzles and shit they be giving us, and sometimes you see that shit. Sometimes bigger picture's already there before you even finish putting the pieces in there. You know what I'm saying? It's all about perspective. Me, I like to look at it in a lot of different angles. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can flip it around and change it into a different narrative. But that's not what you want. You want to do it into the narrative that they want it to, or what they don't want you to see, because this is how it's going. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it building.
You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point.
A tipping point? Folks, that might be the understatement of the year, because while the media is obsessing over clickbait and manufactured outrage, NATO's worst nightmare is quietly becoming reality, and the technocratic control of the United States under Palantir and Peter Thiel and all of those guys is happening in real time. And yes, everything is changing right before our eyes. I'm going to show you exactly how this is unfolding. So over the past 48 hours, I received exclusive information from sources, information that has not been reported anywhere else. And here it is, that 2 Russian nuclear submarines have arrived off the coast of Venezuela. And more are on their way. This is in addition to the Russian battleships and cruisers, which have already headed to the region, and that has been reported. Let that sink in. These are not patrol ships. These are not advisors. These are nuclear submarines. And if you understand Russia's nuclear submarine fleet right now, this should set off alarms, because Russia's undersea nuclear capability is not just competitive with the United States, it's blowing us away. It surpasses us in several key areas: in size, in stealth, innovation. Their 2 new style submarines are the apex predators of the ocean right now, and we can't compete. And they are parked right now in our hemisphere. Why? Because something much bigger is happening behind the scenes, something Washington and Brussels don't want to talk about. They keep talking around it, but we're going to talk straight at it today. And here it is. Last week, President Trump quietly unveiled what insiders are now calling the Trump Doctrine. You could call it the Trump Corollary. It's a seismic rewriting of the U.S. grand strategy that effectively ends the unipolar order that America has dominated since 1945. The U.S. as the reserve currency, as the superpower. Gone. Trump just declared it. Dare I say that this is a game changer? You probably didn't hear about it because the media totally ignored it, completely actually. But Europe heard it, China heard it, Russia definitely heard it, hence the submarines. And Trump told the truth, that NATO never once spoken out loud. There are now 3 great powers in the world: the United States, China, and Russia. That's it. Europe, according to Trump's own national security team, Europe will cease to be relevant within 20 years. Their entire civilization changed forever. This isn't me saying this. This is the Trump administration's official view, written down in a new doctrine. Trump's new strategy document essentially stunned the mainstream by bluntly stating that Europe faces a civilizational collapse, and it will be done, finished in 20 years. And of course, that means the death of NATO, a fossil that no longer is relevant. Colonel Douglas McGregor reacted to this on our show earlier this week by saying bluntly that NATO is dead. Watch.
NATO is disintegrating. We're trying to maintain this facade that such an alliance actually existed as meaningful. But if you look at Berlin...
You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping.
The ocean remembers everything, every storm, every war, every creature that ever dared to rise from its depths. We thought it was empty, silent, conquered, but we were wrong. For centuries, something slept beneath the waves, watching, waiting. Not a myth, not a legend, but a force older than fear itself. When it moved, the world felt it. Oceans shifted, skies broke. Everything we trusted disappeared in its wake. We sent fleets, we sent machines. None of it mattered. Then something answered back. An echo from a time before humanity. A relic not made to destroy, but to command. And for the first time, the ocean listened. The creature felt the change. It felt her. And it knew the balance had shifted.
Scientists say they've detected something enormous moving beneath the Antarctic ice shelf, so big it caused seismic sensors to spike like an earthquake. The footage shows a massive shape traveling under the ice, shifting entire sections of the shelf as it moves. Whatever it is, it's alive, it's moving fast, and experts admit they've never recorded anything like it before.
Yeah, that was one of King's videos. Made him some CGI, AI content. You know what I'm saying? Had cameos from The Rock, all that. That's what's up.
First, let's see a regular arc that forms when I turn on the high voltage. But now watch what happens when I put my giant magnet underneath it. It suddenly starts spinning in a circle really fast. This is what it looks like at regular speed. The arc is spinning around so fast that it just looks like a continuous plasma between the outer and the inner ring here. We can make even more plasma in the center by changing the size of the inner ring. So let's make it as small as possible by just using the wire as the inner ring. Now turn on the power and the arc forms in place, but then I slide the magnet underneath and suddenly it spins in a circle. This is so cool. This happens due to the Lorentz force causing a curvature of the moving electrons. Would you jump through this nether portal?
Hell yeah. This dude said I thought he was a Mexican for a second. He's Puerto Rican first off. It's funny as fuck though. Couple more videos. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, it's that time. Before I do start today's video,
I just want to say Happy New Year to all of my Two Goated family and all of my Two Goated millionaires out there. It is your year to be the next millionaire in your family. Oh yeah, this is about to be deep today. So pay attention because I'm definitely about to unleash the gems to put you all in the position to win. Listen, let's go. We are in GOAT mode. I'm going straight in. As I told you all, there are 5 tiers to the conglomerate, the private conglomerate. Echelon, elite wealth, 1% in life, okay? And what I'm showing you all right here, a lot of you all, the average mind would think, oh, it all looks the same. No. You see, in each and every single one of these, it's a secret, actual hidden code. And these are not LLC certificates. These are not certificates at all. These are private conglomerate certificates, as you see, of course, right here, that has a hidden code in them that literally pays me out each and every single month as well because of the equity within my private organizations, as y'all see, of course, right there as well. 1,500,000 shares, and also, of course, that means I also have the equated equity value of 1,500,000 par value. That means I am literally paid out. I'm just going to be very transparent, of course, with you all at the present moment in time. 125,000 in capital per month. Now, my capital moves all kinds of ways, but I want to let you all know something right now. A lot of you all say, I'm tired of being tired. I'm sick and tired of working for somebody. I'm sick and tired of doing the same thing over and over again. Bear with me, y'all, because like I said, it's going to be good today. This is only part 1. Well, guess what? I'm here to tell you, it's your choice. You don't have to work for nobody because guess what? Your bills should be paying you. I'm going to say it again. You should not be paying bills. Your bills should be paying you. Now, how does this start? It starts with tier 1. Now, the tier 1, we all know what tier 1 is. That means we have 100% payment history, 0% utilization, no derogatories, no lates, no inquiries. After that, we make sure we opt out the SYSTEM. All of your bills go into tier 2 and tier 3. And also, of course, tier 4 and tier 5 go about paying you out on all of your bills. That's going to go about making you the next millionaire in your family. This is deep right here. I'm giving y'all some deep game. So make sure you pay attention and listen because I'm definitely about to go about giving you the gems to put you in position. But it all starts at tier 1 because tier 1 means you definitely have to go about having an 800 credit score. Me and my organization, we fix your credit first, then we help you go out to obtain the capital that you need to obtain to position your life in position to get your life to the next level, my people, indeed. If you've been here for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, that means you're focused and that means you're top 1%. And you're a part of the 1% that will finish what they go about starting. After I help you with tier 1, I get you to tier 2 and tier 3. That means to opt out of the system. All of your bills go into tier 2 and tier 3, which means, of course, mainly you're not supposed to be paying car insurance. Your car insurance is supposed to be paying you. Whoo! I just said it again. Also, all of these mortgage notes right here, these are private mortgage notes. A lot of y'all don't even know that. See, like I said, of course, that's why there's private codes, of course, in all of those that you cannot go about seeing at the present moment in time. Also, my mortgage pays me. I don't pay a mortgage. My townhome here pays me. I don't pay nothing to be in this townhome right here. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, we were 4 minutes and 23 seconds in. I want everybody to comment wealth on this video. I'm going to literally help you scale your life to the next level. I'm going to literally help you opt out the system. I'm definitely going to go about positioning you, of course, in position to have your credit fixed within a consistent time frame. Once you start, you will next be able to go out and obtain 250,000 in capital. You take 200,000, buy a business. Also, Once you buy that business is going to go about generating over $1 million. You take another 500,000, you set up your conglomerates, and you live in nothing but peace and harmony and abundance and riches and prosperity the rest of your life. Now, that's not nothing that's too good to be true. I just gave y'all some serious game, my people. Indeed, all right? Comment wealth on this video. Like I said, this is not about a trust fund, but I do want to say this. A conglomerate will pay you way more than a trust fund, and you should not be paying bills in 2026, all right? Been here 5 minutes and about 45 seconds. Love y'all worldwide. Comment wealth on this video. I'm going to help you change your life. See the top 1% of millionaires, 2 goated, and y'all already know it.
Get too goated. I'm trying to get too goated. Be the Capricorn, you know how it is. Gotta be the best of the best of the best. Yes, sir.
We need to be salt and light. What you
us to be salt and light. Now, what are the two characteristics of salt and light?
They do not affirm, they do not conform.
They change the environment
right,
that they
brother.
come in contact
That
with.
is
They
right.
do not
Amen.
affirm, they do not conform, they change for the better. That's very important, everybody.
Thank you,
We as
Jesus.
Christians are called to change the environment that we come in touch with.
You are the light of the world. A city that is set upon a hill cannot be hid.
I'm trying to be that light tower for us. Y'all know what I'm saying? Show y'all the way. I got the light. Hit you with the Matumbo part. I will show you the way. Mbabwa. Follow me.
Across the ocean, all the way across the Atlantic Ocean, amongst what they call the Quiche Maya or the lowland Maya that I talked about, they have a tradition of a god they called Wodan, same name, who brought tablets across the sea to tell them how to work metals and so on. So here we're dealing with the same tradition.
Hold on. Sounds like one of them little fucking dwarfs, dude, making fucking weaponry.
I don't like to travel. I don't like to travel. But when I travel, I make a lot of money for the country, not for me. For me, I don't care. I have a much higher purpose. I have plenty of money. I don't need money. I don't want money. I want to make money for the country.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get me some of that money, Trump. You know what it is. Know what it is. We need it.
Trump just announced that everybody who's 40 and under, he about to strip away their Section 8. If you're not on disability, if you're not a veteran, somebody who's been hurt in the service, some of that nature, if you don't have a problem like a mental disability or something like that, he taking you out. This is just what I heard, y'all. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I just want to know what y'all thoughts are on it, because there's some people out who actually need it. I make jokes about this all the time, but for him to say, that if you 40 and under, he gonna snatch away your Section 8 in your houses, I think that shit is preposterous, and I probably don't agree with it, man, to a certain extent, because it is a lot of people out here 40 and under that's going through it, man. That's just was dealt a bad hand, no matter how hard they try, and they just need a little push. I don't agree with people sitting on it for years, not by far. I don't agree with it, but I do want to know what y'all really think about it. If he's saying if you 40 and under, he's snatching you out Section 8, what does this mean for society? More robberies, more killings, more drug dealers? Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.
But you know what? We'll have to wait and see.
I was asked, are you happy with the racist president? I said, certainly not. That's why we replaced him with Donald Trump. Y'all have a blessed night.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You know what it is. It's already that time. Said need the Justice League out here. For real, for real. I'm on it. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm on it. Get my mask on. No. Call these niggas. Let's assemble.
Ellison, I would like to make criminal referrals regarding Governor Walz as well as AG Ellison. As you know, U.S. Code 371 and U.S. Code 2, which deals with criminalized conspiracies to defraud the United States and establishes liability for individuals who knowingly aid or abet the commission of federal offense, includes willful blindness or deliberate inaction where duties to act exist. So I will be referring them later on today.
Yeah, we need to get them people into Guantanamo Bay ASAP. But y'all know what time it is, fam. Hit y'all with the rhetoric. Appreciate y'all for coming out here, showing your boys some love, especially Shoes supporting me with the dub. You know what I'm saying? You know, all that support goes right back into the show, bro. So, as we like to say, peace.
Friends are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life. Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh, man, nigga, you sound like you're getting weak. Oh, man, you sound like you get... They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So, no, friends don't check on nobody. Family. Family. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
Homie, friends don't let each other be who they really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you I don't like this, I don't want to kick that nigga, I don't want to rob that nigga, and we from the same hood, but we friends. I can't go against my friend because my friend gonna quit me. So if I'm really your friend, I can tell you no. I can tell you I don't like this, I don't want to do this. Say, homie, I'm on the phone with my girl, can you cut this down? And you don't say, oh man, nigga caking on the phone. My friend understand this is my girl. So when he heard me talking to my girl, he cut the music down. Without shaming me. Friends wake up every day to shame one another. Why do you want me to believe when you call me, homie, and we Jones and high side? What friends do with each other. But man, my family ain't gonna do this. So I build a family away from a family, nigga.
You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy. So? What'll that make you? Good? You're not good. You just know how to hide. And lie. Me, I don't have that problem. Me, I always tell the truth. Even when I lie. So say good night to the bad guy. Come on. The last time you're gonna see a bad guy like this again.